What would happen if all the money in the world were split equally right now? Every single dollar, every crypto coin, every asset divided among every person on Earth. It sounds fair, right? But here's the truth. Within a few years, it would all end up back in the same hands. And not because of bad luck. Not because of budgeting, saving, or even education. And not even because of capitalism. It's because money is a spiritual game. And most people are playing it from a physical mindset, wondering why they keep losing. You've been taught that money is earned through hard work, time, and hustle. But if that were the full truth, wouldn't the hardest workers be the richest? There's something deeper going on. The world's wealthiest individuals don't just think differently, they're wired differently. They see money as energy, they treat it as spiritual, and that gives them access to an entirely different level of wealth and peace. So today, we're pulling back the curtain. This isn't just about your bank account, this is about your soul. Let's be clear, spiritual doesn't mean religious. It doesn't mean good either. There's spiritual light and spiritual darkness. Spiritual simply refers to the unseen realm, the world of energy, intention, alignment, and belief. And whether you realize it or not, your money is being shaped by that world every single day. Physics tells us everything is made of particles. Particles are just wave patterns, and waves are simply energy in motion. That means money isn't paper. It isn't coins. It's energy wrapped in meaning and emotion, and those two forces control your finances more than any paycheck ever will. That's why two people can make the same salary, but their lives will look completely different. One grows wealth, the other lives in fear. The difference isn't the paycheck. It's the pattern, the belief loop, that each of them is operating from. Every time you spend money, you're doing it for one reason, a feeling. It's not the shoes. It's the status. It's not the meal. It's the comfort. It's not the vacation. It's the freedom. Every transaction is a pursuit of emotional energy. And emotion? It's just energy in motion. Money moves toward clarity, confidence, security, and flows away from fear, desperation, and chaos. So if your inner world is filled with anxiety, shame, or survival mode thinking, guess where your finances are going? That's why you can't fix financial struggle with just another side hustle. You have to fix the spiritual signal you're sending out. This isn't about New Age fluff. This is about ancient truth. The Bible says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." What you believe, you become. And what you embody, you attract. It's not a coincidence that we call it income, because before money ever shows up in your life, it flows from your inner world. You've been taught to chase outcomes, but outcomes are just effects. Money isn't the cause, it's the result. Your beliefs, your emotions, your identity, those are the true causes, and money just follows. So if your bank account isn't growing, ask yourself, is your self-worth growing? Are you expanding internally, or just hustling externally? This is why the same person who mismanages $1,000 will also mismanage $1 million. Because without spiritual transformation, financial increase just exposes deeper dysfunction. Budgeting, saving, and investing are all helpful. But they're surface-level tools, and they won't heal a broken financial belief system. Trying to fix your money with tools when your spirit is misaligned is like trying to repaint a house with a cracked foundation. You don't need more strategies, you need a new spiritual structure. Let me show you two beliefs that are keeping millions of people in poverty, no matter how much they try to rise. First, poverty is normal. Growing up, some of us believed that struggle was part of life. Not having money wasn't just tolerated. It was celebrated, joked about, even spiritualized. But whatever you normalize becomes your energetic baseline. If you think lack is just how it is, you're programming your soul to accept less. Second, being poor is closer to God. This one hurts because I've seen it preached. The idea that struggle brings you closer to heaven, that wealth is corrupt, that rich people must be doing something wrong. But that's not divine. Abundance is natural to God. Look around, nothing in nature lacks. Fruits overgrow, stars overflow, oceans stretch beyond the eye. Scarcity is not spiritual. It's a symptom of disconnection. Most of us don't realize we're subconsciously afraid of abundance, not because we don't want it, but because we fear being separated from the tribe. If everyone around you is struggling and you start winning, you risk being different. You risk losing approval. And our brains associate that with danger. This is called the social contract, an unspoken agreement to stay average so you're accepted. But average is a trap. And abundance requires the courage to break free from comfort and familiarity. So you hide your success. You undercharge. You shrink. You sabotage. Because being wealthy would make you too different. And your body reads that as unsafe. That's why breaking generational poverty isn't just a financial battle, It's a spiritual war. Here's the real question. How much do you feel you deserve? You can't attract more externally than you've developed internally. That's why people who win the lottery often lose it. Their internal capacity didn't match the external blessing. This is called energetic equilibrium. If your subconscious doesn't believe you're worth wealth, you'll sabotage it every time. People think abundance is about cars, cash, or status. It's not. Abundance is a state of being. It's calm. It's confidence. It's clarity. It's waking up and knowing you're secure. Not because of what you have, but because of who you are. That's the secret. And here's the proof. Define abundance right now. Then ask your friend to define it. You'll find something interesting. You have different definitions. Why? Because abundance isn't a number, it's a feeling. Spiritual frequency. A state of inner alignment. And the more you can generate that feeling internally, the more it will shape your reality externally. None of this matters if your self-worth is low. Because self-worth is the ceiling of your financial life. No journal prompt, no manifestation trick, no budget sheet can override a soul that doesn't feel worthy. This is about healing. It's about realignment. It's about returning to the truth. You are a child of God, and that means abundance is your inheritance, not a distant dream but a spiritual birthright. So if you're tired of surviving, if you're ready to stop living at the mercy of bills, debt and fear, then start where it matters most, within. Start by asking better questions. Start by treating your mindset like sacred ground. Start by refusing to speak the language of lack. Start by upgrading your inner story, not just your strategy. Money doesn't flow to the smartest person. It flows to the person whose internal state matches their vision. So match it, live it, speak it, feel it. Because you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Subscribe to Vetra, where financial transformation starts with spiritual alignment. Because the money you seek is waiting for you to believe you're worth it.